Hello and welcome to our third video for our series of Landing a Job, a Guide to Post-Graduation and Employment. Today, our presentation is brought to you by Beyond 12 in partnership with Slalom. To give you a bit more of background information, Beyond 12 is a nonprofit whose mission is to dramatically increase the number of low-income, first-generation, and historically underrepresented students who graduate from college. Slalom, they are a business and technology consulting firm whose clients hire them to solve their biggest strategic challenges, build smart software, engage their clients, customers, and organize operations. But that's not the whole story. Their real purpose is to help their people, clients, and communities be amazing. To give you a little bit more of the voice that you're hearing, my name is Donna Arriaga, and I am a college coach at Beyond 12. For undergrad, I went to Georgia Southern University and graduated with a degree in political science and writing and linguistics. I also pursued my Master's of Public Administration at the University of Georgia. Our presenter today, Jenna Curry, is a talent acquisition manager for Delivery Network at Slalom. She graduated from the University of Washington in 2011, majoring in organizational communication and minoring in Spanish and business administration. When we asked Jenna what she was passionate about professionally, she stated that helping to grow businesses by opening new office locations and hiring passionate, talented people to do the same. Personally, she's passionate about exploring new places and spending time outdoors with her family and friends.
All right. Hi, my name is Jenna, and I'm a talent acquisition manager at Slalom, focused on recruiting and hiring talent for our company. And I'm here today to talk about what to do and what to consider when you get an offer and how to negotiate through that offer. So yay, you got a job offer. Getting an offer is really exciting, especially if you've been interviewing for a while and at multiple places. But don't let that initial excitement get the best of you. So don't feel like you need to make a decision or try to negotiate right on the spot. Most companies are not expecting you to say yes or no or to give them an answer in that same conversation, even if it seems like they're pushing for one. So the best thing to do is to take that offer home, let the initial excitement sink in and settle, and go over all of the details of the offer and the opportunity again. That said, if it is something you are really excited about, make sure you let the company and employer know. Saying something to the effect of, I'm really excited about the offer and opportunity to join your team. I'd like to take a couple days just to look over everything and get back in touch with you with my thoughts. And then the next piece of that, getting an offer, there's lots of pieces. So there's a lot of things and factors to consider when choosing to accept or decline a job. So this is especially true if you have a couple of opportunities you're comparing. And so right now we're going to walk through all of those things that might not seem obvious, but that you should consider in addition to just the dollar amount written on the piece of paper. So first and foremost, base salary. This is that dollar amount that's written on the paper. And don't get me wrong, it's really important to know how much money you're going to be making, but it's also important to know the structure. And there's a couple of different formats that companies will likely pay you in. And one of those is getting paid hourly. So what that means is paid a dollar amount or a rate for each hour you work. So for example, $15 an hour. On the flip side of that, there's also a salaried option. So that's an amount of money you get on an annual basis distributed throughout the year. So for example, you'd get paid $35,000 a year. Neither one is necessarily better than the other. It's just really good to understand what your offer entails and the differences between the two. In addition to just the base salary, is there additional compensation? So this could be something like bonuses. Some companies offer different kinds of bonuses. So what is most important to understand is what the frequency of those bonuses are. Do you get paid out monthly, quarterly, at the end of the year? Maybe it's a bonus around holidays. And after understanding that frequency, it's then really important to understand how you earn it. So is that a guaranteed bonus no matter what? Or is it determined based on your personal performance, or maybe how the company performs that year? Not all offers are going to come with bonuses, but if it does, it's definitely something you'll want to factor in when making your decision or comparing two offers. Another thing to consider is benefits package. So a lot of offers will come with some additional benefits outside of just how much money they're going to pay you. So things like health care, 401k, which is retirement planning, paid vacation time. You'll want to look into the specifics of each of these benefits. For example, with the health care plan, does the company pay for it all, part of it, maybe none of the cost, leaving you to maybe have some of that cost come out of your paycheck every month? So really understand what they offer. In addition, something like the 401k, again, this is a benefit that helps you put away money and start saving for your future. But how does this employer help you with that? A lot of the times employers will match a certain amount of money you put into your own fund. And lastly, something like vacation, do they give you 2 weeks, maybe 4 weeks? Something to keep in mind, they'll pay you for your time off. Another thing to consider is office culture and environment. So this one may not seem like an obvious one to consider, but it could factor into your decision, especially when comparing some offers. So does the company have an open office layout or more of a traditional cubicle setup? Either one of these are great options. It's a matter of personal preference, and can you see yourself being productive and really enjoying that type of environment? In addition to that, does the offer or company have any additional perks? So does it come with a budget or financial assistance that you can use toward professional development? This can be something as small as paying for a training class, getting a certification, or even sponsoring a trip to a conference in another city or state. Or it could be something bigger, like maybe paying for you to continue your education, maybe get your MBA down the road. Another thing, do they have snacks in the office? Things like a snack cabinet or supplying lunches, bagels for breakfast. This shouldn't be a sole deciding factor, of course, but something to keep in mind, again, if you are comparing some different offers and you're interested. Another thing to consider is if they supply a transportation card, or if they maybe give you any kind of reimbursement for parking if it's not free at their building. Not all companies will give these additional perks, but the ones that do, definitely you can factor that into money that you'll be saving in the long term. And lastly, something to consider is who you will report to. So did you meet them during the interview process? Will they be a good mentor, leader, and motivator for you? It's good to know who you'll be confiding in and sharing your goals and successes throughout your career. And moving on to salary negotiation. So now that you have looked over the offer and you can really understand the total package, it's time to really either accept, decline, or negotiate. So here are some quick just kind of do's and don'ts of salary negotiation. So do ask for what you want. Do also be realistic. And what I mean by this is, if they offer you $15 an hour, maybe don't go asking for $100 an hour. And be confident in when you approach salary negotiation. Act professionally and respectfully, and really do think about the entire offer package, so considering some of those things that we just went through. Some don'ts. So don't reveal how much money you will accept too early. And really what I mean by this is looking, if someone asks you how much money you're willing to accept, a good answer to that is that you're looking for the right opportunity with a fair and competitive salary to go along with that, and you're open to kind of all opportunities right now, especially right out of school. Don't negotiate if you don't have a well-thought-out reason. So one of the biggest mistakes in negotiating is not coming prepared with why you think you deserve more money. And don't apologize during the process. This kind of goes back to being confident. When you approach the conversation with the hiring manager, you don't want to be sorry for asking for more money, so definitely be confident in those conversations. So let's say you get an offer and you're not exactly thrilled about the number. So there's a few things you can do to try and sweeten the deal. Definitely go into it knowing that companies have budgets to respect. So this is where being realistic and asking for more money comes in. But if you really like the job opportunity and the company, don't devalue yourself either. So don't hesitate to ask for a bit more if you feel it's deserved. First and foremost, don't go in blind. So do some research on what a fair salary is. So use online resources such as salaryexpert.com or salary.com to just get a baseline on some average ranges for the industry or role you're interviewing for. Keeping in mind that, a lot of online data can be a little skewed and one-sided. So again, you want to use this as kind of a guideline rather than absolute fact. But when you do that, come prepared with a number in mind and the why behind why you're asking for more money. So you really want to use this time to resell yourself, highlighting all of the skills and competencies that you bring to the table and how you're going to really level up their business. And let's say you have multiple offers on the table. Sometimes people can get into a situation where they got a couple of offers, especially if you're interviewing at a lot of places at once. So there could be a couple scenarios. Maybe you get more money at one place, but like the job and company better at another place with a lesser offer. So these types of decisions and situations can really be tough. But I encourage you to think about the bigger picture. So what are you going to gain in each opportunity? Think about just the experiences and exposure to different things that you can learn, your career growth, and just overall potential that that company is giving you. And while the money aspect is important, remember, especially right out of school and in your first couple of jobs, it's not only about that. And don't forget to weigh in all the benefits and the other things to consider, as well as your future growth. So whether you choose to negotiate or to accept without negotiating, go out and celebrate because you just got yourself a new job.